WICR, Iona College Radio.
The last 2 hours, I've lost.
Hello everyone, we are back. I am Bill Maloney, and I am here with my good friend.
I'm Matt Ricker.
And we are Maloney and Ricker.
Yes, and this is our number, it's the third radio show. It's our special Election Day coverage. And next we will be talking about, we will be giving updates on the New York gubernatorial race, 2014, between Westchester County Executive Rob Astorino and incumbent Andrew Cuomo.
Yes. Exciting day ahead. I predict the most historical upset in the history of American politics. Later today, Rob Astorino will win, and he will be the governor of New York. Matt, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty confident as well. I'm just 9 o'clock can't come soon enough.
Can't come faster. No, I think it's gonna be a close race. I think Astorino will win. I'm predicting like 45, 46 Astorino, and Cuomo around 42. So I think Astorino will win, and I predict the third-party candidate getting about 13, 15 points. So we'll have to see. We'll see how it turns out. But Rob's gonna win, I think.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Now Astorino has already voted. He voted at 9 o'clock this morning. Cuomo already voted 10:15. Now, I want to discuss a comment made by Letitia James, New York City public advocate. She's just a hair away from being mayor of New York City. Now, this one, she compared Rob Astorino to Bull Connor. And, Bull Connor was a segregationist down in Birmingham, Alabama. When they were having the riots and when he sent the dogs out on African Americans. And I just think that comparison is so weak. And you know that a campaign is panicking and pondering and, really, really in trouble when they pull a card from the bottom of the deck and they compare another candidate to Bull Connor. And, If they do feel that Westchester County is so racist and if Rob Astorino is so racist, then you have to go ask Andrew Cuomo. Andrew, why are you living in Westchester County 1? And why are you living in the town that you live in, which is at the target of HUD's federal investigation, all that. So, I just find Andrew Cuomo to be completely hypocritical. And also, he lives in the same town as Hillary Clinton, and he says he's going to go support her. Is Hillary Clinton a racist too, for living in the same town as you and living in Westchester County? I mean, really. The only thing about HUD that they're trying to do, and I mean, HUD and all these other government agencies, they like to go bring up this thing about how there needs to be more federal help and all that, like with Common Core, and how they're... But really... they aren't focused on the issues. What the government wants, what the federal government wants, is they're using these agencies as a means to go implement their ways into the lives of daily citizens. That they want to be just like the USSR, the Soviet Union, was forcing its way into the lives of people, and there was no line between private and public life. That's what this federal government wants to do. They want all decisions to be made by bureaucrats and agencies far, far away from the streets, far, far away from the people that they're affecting. They don't want any personality. They don't want any local representation. All they want is a society full of conformists where the bureaucrats are the people that are succeeding. And that's what you had in the Soviet Union. And ultimately, if you have a culture like that, that's where you started to have problems. Now, Letitia James, her comment was so rude and so inaccurate. What Rob Astorino has done is Rob Astorino has stood up for taxpayers. He has stood up for people against HUD. He has stood up against...
He cut taxes in Westchester.
He did. Created 30,000 new project jobs as well. What he has done is he has stopped federal intrusion. He has helped people have their constitutional rights. He has protected the American dream here in Westchester County. It's something that he's going to do at the next level, starting January 1st when he is the governor of the great state of New York. Now, it should be noted that Bull Connor was a Democrat. Letitia James conveniently forgot to leave that out. And that he also was a Democratic National Committee man. So, I mean, if she's really, really trying to get at anyone, she's trying to get at her own political party.
Yeah.
Remember, the Republican Party is the party of Abraham Lincoln. The
That's
Republican
true.
Party is the party of Martin Luther King Jr.
Yep.
The Republican Party is the party of Condoleezza Rice and Colin Powell and Allen West. Great, great leaders. So for them to go say that Republicans or Rob Astrina or anyone who is conservative is a racist, that's disillusioned. That's disillusioned and so inaccurate, and it's completely offensive. It's offensive almost in the same way as Cuomo's Cuomo's comments on extreme conservatives in New York, where he's saying, "Oh, if you're anti-gay marriage or pro-life or pro-gun, you have no right here." That's almost what Letitia James is trying to say. She's trying to say that if you are Republican or whatever, or if you support local zoning laws, and if you don't want a country to be run in the same way that the Soviet Union was run, then you're wrong and you have no place in New York. No, Letitia James, please step aside, and you gotta go allow for the people of the great state of New York to go decide what they want. People like you, Letitia James, need to step out of the way. People like you are ruining this country.
I'd like to mention, at least in New York, there's a couple of proposals up.
Yes, there are.
On the ballot. There's three of them. One being it's a redistricting plan to have a 10-member committee. I would advise everyone to vote yes. It's just to prevent from illegal redistricting practices. Sometimes that.
Yes, you see a lot of gerrymandering going on, and I did vote yes on the proposition.
Yeah.
And a big problem that we see, especially in state senate and congressional and assembly races, is where the lines are so misconstrued and misconfigured that all of a sudden, without even running a race, you can pretty much predict who's going to win the race by just looking at the demographics. There's no real way in many districts for someone of the opposing party to go win. It would take a miracle almost for them to win. And, I mean, the lines are like in triangle shapes, and they're like half square, half triangle. You really don't know what the logic is with making up these lines. And I guess there is only one logic. It's for political benefit and gain. And, it really isn't reflective of the population, I think, and we need more accurate, fairer lines for our districts.
Oh, yeah.
So we can have real races and real debates on the issues that in our district here for Congress, every single year it is an Elliot Engel unopposed. And quick side note to Elliot Engel. Thank you, Elliot Engel, for throwing out your campaign signs again. We get it. You're running for election. I mean, I don't understand why Elliot Engel would want to waste money on campaign signs when he's unopposed. Guess it just boosts his self-esteem a little bit. But his counterpart a little further up north in New York 17 will be losing today to Chris Day, and I look forward to that because Nita Lowy has to go, and it's time for a discharge of Miss Lowy.
I also want to mention their proposal number 2, which will save paper and cut down on costs in the state budget. Well, legislators and state senators will, if this passes, this proposal, they'll have to approve bills electronically.
Now, how did you vote on that?
I voted yes.
Same here.
Because we could use that money for something else,
Exactly.
Such as education or whatever.
Now, what about the third proposal, the one on education?
School district funding for I think it was technology and other sorts like that. Yeah, I voted yes for that because I think that all school districts in New York should have access to, iPads, computers.
Same here.
Because without technology, how will future generations learn?
Same here, and I just wrote an essay, actually, in my English 120 class, and it has to do with, it's a synthesis essay, and we're talking about liberal arts education, and, it's very related to Proposition 3 about empowering young students like ourselves and giving them the resources that they need. It's important to realize that education is the way out, that education is the way to make money, education is the way to guarantee a successful life here in this country. And there's so many people, especially in lower income communities, where they don't have those resources. And we need to be able to get resources to them.
And education, you need it to succeed.
And we need to do it in a way that we aren't wasting the money that we're putting forward.
Yeah.
We have to make sure we're helping the students and we aren't helping, the cronies or, the pay-to-play donors or whatever. No, we need to help the people. We need to help the people and we need to help them succeed.
And, I got to say, I'm a proud graduate of New Rochelle High School in the City School District of New Rochelle. And, every year there would be new improvements, whether it's to Microsoft, to new computers, to iPads, to netbooks for the children, all for, all from state funding, I think.
Man, I attended Archbishop Stepanek High School up in White Plains. And me and Leo, we went to good high schools before coming here to a good college.
Yeah.
But for so many people, especially down in the city or upstate,
they don't have the funds.
They don't have the funds, or they don't have the teachers. They just don't have that academic environment to really thrive in.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate because we need to be able to create that academic environment so that more people can have access to that education that we were fortunate enough to receive, and so that we can really, really have a society full of educated people, a society full of people that are able to go make a change, and a society that is not clueless as to what is going on. Because quite frankly, we do have a large portion of society right now that their head's like stuck in the sand, that they don't know what's going on. They don't know how to reflect or think about what's happening because they don't have that educational background. So we need to make sure that more people have that background.
And in closing, Bill and I urge you to vote yes on all three proposals on the New York State ballot. Make sure after you vote for the candidates for governor, for state senator, whatever else, make sure you turn it over and you'll see 3 boxes that have, because you can forget sometimes, and then just slide your big long paper into the machine and your vote will be counted. And we'll be right back.